In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the features that are built into conceptual math and some strategies you can employ that will differentiate instruction after students complete the guided lesson. When we start thinking about strategies, we want to remember that students will complete the guided lesson anywhere between 8 and 12 minutes. Some students will need additional time, and some students will work on remediation lessons. So it's wise to have a number of pre-made lessons and activities available for those students who finish early. Learning stations, manipulative work, even putting up a choice board with a list of activities is always helpful when you're trying to manage students' completion and pacing. Additionally, there are a number of built-in lessons, extensions, and tools that are available for students, and we're going to take a look at those in more depth. The student dashboard provides students with access to a variety of assignments, lessons, and tools. Let's take a look in more depth at each option available for the student. When a student finishes a lesson, they can come back to the dashboard and click on the Tool Investigation button. This will launch the investigation related to the topic the student is working on. Remember that these are a series of 3 examples, each one moving from convergent to divergent learning experiences. If the student has completed the tool investigation for this particular unit, they can also look at investigations in other units. So for example, if you're working with 4th and 5th graders who haven't worked on investigations in the 3rd grade unit, they might want to go back, or you as a teacher might want them to go back and work on some of the investigations that are in previous units or previous grade levels. Remember that these investigations are quite challenging for students. In addition to investigations, when students complete a lesson, if they're not in multiple classes like Allison is here, she might have a lesson in the blue class and the demonstration class. You could have students group together and work on lessons cooperatively by clicking the Lessons button located in the Other Resources. Remember that the teacher must enable this feature through the Teacher Class Management tab. When this is enabled, students can go in with your direction and find a lesson and work on it with peers. It's a great way for students to explore lessons that they may not have mastered in the past, working with peers or in collaborative groups. Clicking the checkbox also will show any remediation lesson, so this allows all students at any level to have opportunities to review lessons in a peer or collaborative group setting. Of course, they can do them individually as well. The student can also click on the Facts button. This will launch the Multiplication and Division Fact Fluency tool. And the Tools button. This brings students into the tool library. These are open-ended tools. Students can work on fractions or multiplication and division tools. Clicking on one of the icons opens up the specific tools. A teacher can provide students with a word problem that the student can enter here, or students could create word problems. One idea is to have students create a word problem for their peers. So then they switch computers or desktops, and the other student then builds the model and answers the question that's presented in the word problem. Students can explore a variety of problems that the teacher can create or that other students can create by the use of these open-ended tools. So as you can see, there are many ways in which the student can continue to work in challenging content and which content can be differentiated after the student completes the guided lesson.